Aloha.
Aloha. My name is Noilani Jocelyn, and I live here in Wailua on Kauai. And I just want to explain the hewa that we have with our county officials. This here is the area that we're talking about. It's called Wailua Beach Park, but it's also known as Alio Beach. This information came through our kupuna David Malo, who did research back in the mid-1800s. And this is all area of our ali'is, our kupunas. Across the street is the old Coco Palms Hotel, which was once owned by Grace Guslander. It is also the location of our Queen Deborah Kapuli's fish ponds and her private residences. I just want to show you kind of what is happening here. This line here signifies Kuhio Highway. Here are the commercial buildings and buildings of Coco Palms. Back here are the fish ponds that Queen Kapuli used to take care of her people. Here is Wailua Beach, and the area that we are discussing is this area between Kuhio Highway and Wailua Beach. This was once an area of burials of our kupunas, and it encompasses everything from the fish pond Makai towards the beach. And over the past 50 years since statehood, Coco Palms, the resort, came in and they destroyed the burials. And then, Kuhio Highway came in and they destroyed even more of our burials. Right now, we just have a very small section of our kupunas that is still buried in this sand here on the vegetation, and it is our pule that we preserve this for our future and for our children's future, because this is the last beach on the east side that our people have access to. And
may I ask, what is going to be jeopardizing this?
The county of Kauai, under the name of Kauai Path Incorporated, they're trying to put in a bike path, and they have 6 phases that they're trying to take along the coastal areas. Unfortunately, the alignment or the route that they used here comes into special management area and coastal zone area, and it's in a sand dune area, which is very important to our history. Our ancestors, our kupunas, were known to be buried in these areas, and according to records and documentation, State Historic Preservation, Kauai Historical Preservation, there are records that indicate that this is the last area that is still untouched of our kupuna's burials, and it is our wish to protect it, because once it's gone, we feel it signifies our culture being completely corroded or eroded away. And it seems far-fetched to liken it to our culture, but when you take a look at it, this is what the society is doing to us Hawaiians, and we seek your support in helping us fight or have the county of Kauai view it from our perspectives and preserve.
You actually found a better way for them to route it, which would benefit everybody.
Yeah,
correct?
It would benefit, and they have entertained the thoughts, but focusing on what the visitor industry finds attractive, they chose this area. but we think it would be safer if they took the path behind of, you know, the Coco Palms area, because then the visitors would also get to see the beautiful Wailua Valley as well as the coastline. You know, they'll get to enjoy all of, you know, our beautiful Garden Island. But this, bringing it here on the beach, we feel is not acceptable. And
desecrate our graves.
Desecrate our graves, our kupuna, our culture, you know, and
for money.
For money. For money, you know, basically to stimulate the economy. We also found out that the funds used to do this project is coming from the economic stimulation, and you know, we would prefer to, you know, use or see these funds used for other situations. We've always had a traffic problem here, as you can see today, you know, making our highway, our Kuhio Highway, safer. But they've decided to use the funds instead to create,
beautify and make it more palatable for the tourism.
Yeah,
correct?
More for the tourists, and not thinking about, you know, our culture and the local people's lifestyle, their social needs. We've got a beautiful bay here that our children surf and windsurf and kite surf, and they paddle canoes. We have regattas that come in here, and you know, just like in our back in our kupuna days, you know, canoes would land here on the beach. And you know, and that still happens today. There are still cultural practices that take place on this beach that we would like to preserve and keep intact, and make sure that we can pass this on to our children and grandchildren.
I thank you very much. I really appreciate everything you're doing. Is there any way that we could like to know more Mana'o, or how we can help? Who do we contact, and how do we get more information?
You can